Hi, my name is Hollis Call. I'm the CEO of CV Pipeline, and I have three cardiologists here with me today, Dr. Latib, Dr. Buchbinder, and Dr. Byrne, to talk about the innovation program at PCR. The innovation program is actually a program that we started 5 years ago, and it comprises sessions that occur throughout the conference period, focusing on particular technologies in different therapeutic areas. It also, more recently, we started an innovation day that occurs on Monday, prior to the conference itself, that has a focus on any particular topic in device technology development. So I'm going to have these three eminent experts talk a little bit about their perspectives on the innovation program. And I'll start with Dr. Buchbinder. Maurice, do you want to share some thoughts on your perspective with this program?
Yeah, certainly. Thank you. It's been really a very enlightening experience for me. I've joined it maybe 2 or 3 years ago at the beginning, at the inception, not knowing what it's all about, and I thought it was a day of presentation that was slightly going to be boring. We've heard everything, we've seen everything, so what's there to be done? But I think it is really a unique opportunity for people who are in the innovation field, who are interested in device innovation, to come in and network with a variety of people that are in the chain of device development or pharma development. So I was very surprised to see the multiple stakeholders that were present there, anywhere from financial people that support our efforts to actual engineers, colleagues, cardiologists with great ideas that came into the podium, presented their work, and there was lots of relevant questions, probably an uptake for those people to allow the next step. So I thought having all the stakeholders in one room, being able to debate, to listen and debate, and then follow on beyond that is a very unique format that I enjoyed greatly.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Dr. Latib, in the valve area, what in particular have you experienced with the innovation program?
Thanks for the question, Alice. So, I've been involved for the last 2 years in the innovation program, predominantly in the valvular part. And I think one of the highlights of the innovation program for me has been that there have been themes or tracks that have been selected to be highlighted, and tracks that in particular have been selected to address an unmet clinical need. And so we've seen that every year, and particularly this year, valvular intervention has become quite predominant because there is a true unmet clinical need for mitral and as well as tricuspid. I think we haven't forgotten about our aortic valve intervention, but that's become a pretty established therapy. But when it comes to mitral, we're still having discussions about what's the best therapy, whether it's replacement, repair, and also being able to have access to new therapies that are non-invasive. One of the threads I really enjoyed this year was the tricuspid. I really do believe that's a true unmet clinical need. There are a lot of patients out there who suffer from tricuspid regurgitation, particularly in emerging countries. So this is not a disease only of westernized countries, but also emerging countries. And so coming up with technologies that could help those patients has been an important part of Innovation Day. And I guess what stood out for me in Innovation Day was the mix of people, as Maurice mentioned. So, there were physicians presenting their ideas to a combination of engineers, physicians, interventional cardiologists, surgeons, and business people, because any great idea needs money behind it as well in order to be able to get into clinical practice. And I think Innovation Day really, that's been the highlight for me.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And let's not forget the coronary area. Dr. Byrne,
yeah.
What's been your experience in that with the innovation in the coronary area?
Yeah, well, there's a couple of things in the innovation program at PCR, and one is, I think, the ability for people to showcase their new devices, and they may be new devices that are in the pre-CE mark stage. Sometimes we think we have very good outcomes with coronary disease devices, and that's true, but I think we still have unmet need in the coronary device space, which is, after all, the bread and butter for most practicing interventional cardiologists. And They probably exist with regard to diabetes. They probably exist regarding late outcomes. And we have CV pipeline sessions where we see showcased the newest technology in terms of polymer-free stents, particularly in terms of bioresorbable scaffolds, and also then with new technology regarding drug-coated balloons. And I think this is an important aspect of the program. It gives us as clinician investigators maybe exposure to new products, ideas for new clinical trials. I think the second thing that the program gives to me is, like Azim and Maurice said, it's a platform for exchange and networking. And I think for me, one of the valuable aspects has been contact with regulatory issues. Sometimes as physicians, that's something that maybe turns us off. But at the last couple of Innovators Days, we've had presentations from industry stakeholders, from regulators, and this has enabled us as physicians to buy into the process a little more. So I think these are the two aspects that are critical for me in the innovation program.
Yeah, I think all of you have touched on something that is critical in this process. It's getting people together that are bringing very different pieces of the puzzle to the table, and in a process that's really as much art in many ways as it is science. It's all those intangibles all in one place that really help people put the ideas together. Maybe people to hear new ideas that they have not experienced before, or for physicians to hear regulatory, legal, or financial perspectives. It's all those pieces that really help make it work.
If I may say so, one thing we have not touched on is the fact that it is not for the veteran innovator, but it is really, it gives the gamut of people to introduce their concept when they're looking for funding, when they have an idea, that they have a possibility to present it and
Yes.
be able to have. So it's not just meant, so for next years, those who are watching this little program right now should feel encouraged if they do have an idea that there is an outlet there. They should contact PCR, see what they could be on the program or not, because it is very worthwhile, even not just for the veteran, but for the novice innovator to learn a lot.
Very good. Okay, I think that wraps up our session. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.